Favor clutched her swollen stomach, the dim light from the single bulb flickering overhead. Her body ached, waves of pain surging through her. "Sam," she called weakly, tears staining her cheeks. "Please help me." The door creaked open, and there he was. Sam, the man who had promised her the world, but his face was void of concern, his eyes cold and distant. He stood there for a moment, his silence heavier than her pain. "Sam," she gasped, holding out a trembling hand. "Please, I think something's wrong with the baby." Without a word, Sam turned and walked out. The door clicked shut, leaving Favor alone with her agony and confusion. The man who had once sworn eternal love had abandoned her when she needed him the most. Before we dive right into this story, please consider subscribing onto this channel, turning on notifications, and letting me know where you are watching from in the comments section below. Favor and Sam's love story had started in the heart of Lagos, in a slum where hope was scarce, but dreams were plentiful. Sam was the charming boy everyone loved, with a smile that could melt even the hardest hearts. Favor, on the other hand, was reserved but kind-hearted, always willing to lend a helping hand. They met at the front of Favor's house. Favor sat on a wooden stool outside her family's house, peeling yam for dinner. The slum buzzed with life around her children, chasing each other through the narrow alleyways, women gossiping as they washed clothes, and the smell of fried car wafting from a street vendor's stall. "Hey, beautiful," a voice called out. She looked up and saw Sam leaning against a wall, his signature grin plastered across his face. His shirt was slightly torn, and his sneakers had seen better days, but his confidence was unwavering. "I don't talk to strangers," Favor said, returning to her yam. "Then let me introduce myself. I'm Sam, the man who's about to make you smile." Despite herself, Favor laughed. Sam had a charm that could light up the darkest corners of the slum. He was ambitious, always dreaming big, and his optimism was infectious. From that day, they were inseparable. Sam's words were like honey to Favor's soul. "It's you and me against the world," he would say, his fingers interlocked with hers. "I'll never leave you, Favor. You're my everything." Together, they hustled, doing odd jobs, Favor sewing clothes and Sam fixing broken electronics. Their love became the talk of the neighborhood. The other girls envied Favor, while the boys wished they had Sam's charm. Even when life in the slum threw challenges their way, they faced them together, or so Favor believed. Soon had been Favor's closest friend since childhood, while others admired Favor and Sam's relationship. Soon remained skeptical. Soon sat cross-legged on the floor of Favor's room, her face serious. "Favor, I know you love Sam, but are you sure he's serious about you?" Favor frowned, pausing in her sewing. "Why would you say that? I see the way he is," Soon said. "He's charming." "Yes, but charm doesn't pay bride price. If he loves you, he should make it official." Favor sighed. "Soon, we've talked about this. Sam doesn't have money right now. He promised he'd do it later, and you believe him?" "Yes, I do. Sam loves me, Soon. Why can't you be happy for us?" Soon shook her head, but didn't argue further. She had known Favor long enough to recognize that look of determination, knowing her words wouldn't get through. "Just be careful," she said softly. Months passed, and life continued as usual. Favor and Sam hustled together, doing odd jobs to make ends meet. But then, one day, Favor started feeling nauseous. The first sign was the nausea. Then came the missed periods. Favor visited a local clinic, and the nurse confirmed what she already suspected. She was pregnant. Her heart swelled with joy as she imagined holding a tiny bundle in her arms. She rushed home to tell Sam, her excitement bubbling over. "Sam," she said breathlessly, "we're going to have a baby." Sam's reaction was not what she expected. His smile faded, and his brow furrowed. "Favor, this isn't the right time. We can barely take care of ourselves. We'll manage," she said, taking his hand. "We always do." "No," he said firmly. "We can't have this baby." Tears filled Favor's eyes. "Sam, how can you say that? This is our child. We're not ready," he insisted. "Think about it, Favor." But she had already made up her mind, clutching her stomach protectively. She pleaded with Sam, and after days of tension, he finally relented. But something had changed. The love that once bound them began to fray. As her pregnancy progressed, Sam grew distant. He stayed out late and barely spoke to her when he was home. Favor tried to focus on her baby, but the tension was undeniable. One evening, Favor felt a sharp pain in her stomach. Panic set in as the pain intensified. "Sam," she called, clutching her belly. But when he entered the room, his face blank. "I need help," she whispered. He looked at her for a moment as though she was a stranger. Then, without a word, he turned and walked out. Favor screamed for help until Soon arrived and rushed her to the hospital. The doctor informed her that she had ingested a drug meant to terminate the pregnancy. "I didn't take anything," Favor insisted, then remembered the drink Sam had given her the night before. Realization hit her like a punch to the gut. The doctor reassured her that the drug wasn't strong enough to harm the baby, but she needed immediate medical care and attention. Favor sobbed in Soon's arms, her heart breaking for the child she was determined to protect. When Favor returned home from the hospital, she found the house empty. Sam had taken everything, including their joint savings. The landlord stood outside, arms crossed. "Your rent hasn't been paid. Take your things and go." "But I give Sam to give you 2 weeks ago," Favor says in shock. "He did not give any money," he replied. Favor sat on the ground, her heart heavy with betrayal. "Why, Sam?" she whispered, tears streaming down her face. Soon found her there and took her in, offering a safe haven when she had none. With no money or home, Favor started hawking bread on the streets. She worked tirelessly, her growing belly a constant reminder of why she couldn't give up. Soon stood by her, and together they hustled to survive. Months later, when Favor gave birth to a beautiful baby girl, she named her Hope, a reminder of the strength she found in her darkest moments. Holding her daughter in her arms, she felt a renewed sense of purpose. Determined to build a better life, Favor and Soon started a small bakery. They poured their energy into the business, and over time, it flourished. They worked day and night, kneading dough and baking bread. Their hard work paid off, and the bakery grew. Soon, they were selling snacks and bread to the entire neighborhood. One afternoon, Favor was at the bakery when a young couple walked in. Her breath caught as she recognized Sam, now dressed in fine clothes, with a rich-looking woman by his side. Sam's eyes met Favor's, but he showed no sign of recognition, and Favor pretended not to notice him. She refused to let him disrupt the life she had built for herself and her daughter. 2 loaves of chocolate bread, the woman said, her tone dismissive. Favor served them without a word, her hands steady. She had no room for Sam in her life anymore. Favor watched as Sam and his companion left the bakery. She felt no anger, only a quiet satisfaction. She had survived his betrayal, built a life from nothing, and found happiness in her daughter and her business. She whispered to herself, "It's not about who leaves, it's about who stays." With her daughter by her side and Soon as her unwavering support, Favor knew she had everything she needed. The moral lesson from the story is, resilience and self-reliance are key to overcoming life's challenges. While betrayal and hardship may come from even those we trust most, true strength lies in rising above adversity, valuing genuine friendships, and building a life of purpose and independence. It's not about who abandons you, but about the determination to keep going and the people who stay by your side. Subscribe, like, share, and comment for more stories like this.
Please remember to subscribe to this channel and give my video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video soon. Thank you.